Today I've got a fantastic topic that's going to supercharge your language learning journey. Whether you're a beginner or an intermediate learner, this episode is for you. We're talking about reading. Yes, you heard that right. Why you must read if you want to take your language skills to the next level. Now you might be thinking, reading? Really? But stick with me because by the end of this episode, you'll be rushing to your bookshelf, or maybe even your local library. And trust me, we've got some surprising facts and hilarious anecdotes that will make you see reading in a whole new light. So, let's kick things off with a surprising fact. Did you know that reading for just 6 minutes can reduce stress by up to 68%? That's right. Just 6 minutes of diving into a good book can be more relaxing than listening to music or even taking a walk. And if that doesn't convince you to pick up a book, I don't know what will. All right, let's dive into why reading is such a game changer for language learners. Whether you're just starting out or you've been learning for a while, reading can open up a whole new world of possibilities. And here's how. Why reading is essential for language learners. So, why is reading such a powerful tool for language learners? Well, let's break it down. First off, reading helps you immerse yourself in the language. For beginners, this means getting familiar with the basic sentence structures, common vocabulary, and simple dialogues. Think of it as a safe space to practice and absorb the language without the pressure of speaking it out loud. For example, imagine you're learning English and you pick up a children's book like Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. The sentences are short, repetitive, and fun. You can see the words and how they're used in context. It's like having a patient teacher right there with you, repeating the same phrases until they stick. Now, for intermediate learners, reading can take you even further. At this stage, you're ready for more complex texts, like short stories or even novels. This not only improves your vocabulary, but also helps you understand different writing styles and nuances in the language. Let's take another example. Say you're at an intermediate level, and you decide to read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. As you follow Harry's adventures, you're exposed to a richer vocabulary, idiomatic expressions, and cultural references that you wouldn't find in a textbook. Plus, it's an engaging story that keeps you motivated to read more. But wait, there's more. Reading also enhances your comprehension skills. When you read, you're constantly interpreting the meaning of sentences, paragraphs, and chapters. This process improves your ability to understand and retain information, which is crucial for language learning. And here's a bonus tip. Reading aloud can significantly boost your speaking skills. It helps you practice pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. So next time you're reading, try reading a passage out loud and see how it improves your fluency. To sum it up, reading is like a multivitamin for language learners. It nourishes your vocabulary, strengthens your comprehension, and boosts your overall confidence in using the language. And the best part? You can do it at your own pace, anytime, anywhere. Surprising facts about reading. All right, let's move on to some surprising facts about reading that you probably didn't know. Prepare to be amazed. Fact number 1. Did you know that people who read regularly are more likely to live longer? A study conducted by Yale University found that those who read books for at least 30 minutes a day live, on average, 2 years longer than non-readers. So, not only is reading good for your brain, but it also contributes to your overall health and longevity. Fact number 2. Reading can actually change the structure of your brain. Yes, you heard that right. According to a study published in the journal Brain Connectivity, reading can create new neural pathways and enhance brain connectivity. It's like giving your brain a workout without breaking a sweat. Fact number 3. Ever heard of the term bibliotherapy? It's a real thing. Bibliotherapy is the practice of using books to help people deal with mental health issues. Therapists recommend specific books to help patients understand their emotions and find comfort in the stories. So, next time you're feeling down, picking up a good book might be just what the doctor ordered. Fact number 4. Reading fiction can improve your empathy. When you immerse yourself in a story, you walk in the character's shoes, see the world through their eyes, and experience their emotions. This can make you more empathetic and understanding towards others in real life. And here's a fun one. Did you know that the world's longest novel is In Search of Lost Time by Marcel Proust? It has over 1.2 million words. That's a lot of reading. But if you're up for the challenge, it could be the ultimate language learning experience. So there you have it. Reading is not just a pastime. It's a powerful tool that benefits your mind, body, and soul. And if these facts don't inspire you to pick up a book, I don't know what will. How reading enhances learning experiences. Now, let's dive into how reading enhances your learning experiences in more detail. This is where things get really exciting, because reading can transform the way you learn and retain information. First up, reading improves your vocabulary. When you read, you're exposed to new words and phrases in context. This makes it easier to understand and remember them. Instead of memorizing vocabulary lists, you're learning words organically, as they naturally occur in sentences. For example, reading a novel might introduce you to terms like melancholy, exuberant, or intricate, in a way that sticks with you because you've seen how they're used in a story. But it's not just about individual words. Reading also helps you understand grammar and syntax. When you see sentences and paragraphs structured in different ways, you begin to grasp the rules of the language more intuitively. This can significantly improve your writing and speaking skills. For instance, noticing how authors use punctuation, transition words, and varied sentence lengths can inform your own writing style. Reading also enhances your comprehension skills. When you read, you're constantly processing information, making inferences, and understanding nuances. This active engagement helps develop critical thinking skills. Let's say you're reading a mystery novel. You have to follow the clues, understand the characters' motives, and predict what might happen next. This kind of mental workout sharpens your ability to comprehend and analyze complex information. Another huge benefit is cultural understanding. Language is deeply tied to culture, and reading exposes you to different cultural contexts. This is especially important for language learners because it helps you understand not just the language, but the people who speak it. For example, reading a novel set in Japan or a collection of essays by an African author can give you insights into their customs, values, and social norms. This cultural literacy enriches your language learning experience and makes your communication more meaningful. And let's not forget the motivational aspect. Reading can be incredibly motivating. When you find a book that captivates you, it doesn't feel like studying. It feels like an adventure. This intrinsic motivation can keep you engaged with the language for longer periods, helping you progress faster. Think about the excitement of discovering a plot twist or the satisfaction of finishing a book in a foreign language. These moments of joy make the learning process enjoyable and rewarding. Incorporating reading into your learning routine can also provide a structured yet flexible way to practice. You can choose texts that match your current level and gradually challenge yourself with more complex materials. Whether it's reading short articles, blogs, or full-length novels, you can tailor your reading to fit your schedule and interests. To sum it up, reading isn't just a passive activity. It's an active, immersive experience that enhances vocabulary, grammar, comprehension, and cultural understanding. It makes learning enjoyable and sustainable, which is key to mastering any language. Practical tips for incorporating reading into learning. Now that we've covered why reading is so beneficial, let's talk about some practical tips for incorporating it into your language learning routine. Tip number 1. Start with graded readers. These are books specifically designed for language learners, with simplified vocabulary and grammar appropriate for different proficiency levels. They're a great way to build confidence and make reading enjoyable right from the start. Tip number 2. Read what interests you. Whether it's a detective story, a romance novel, or a sci-fi adventure, choose genres that you love. This will keep you motivated and make the learning process feel less like a chore and more like a hobby. Tip number 3. Use bilingual books. These books present the text in your target language alongside your native language. It's a great way to quickly understand new words and phrases without constantly reaching for a dictionary. Tip number 4. Incorporate reading into your daily routine. Set aside a specific time each day for reading. It could be during your morning coffee, a lunch break, or before bed. Consistency is key to making progress. Tip number 5. Join a book club or a reading group. Discussing books with others can enhance your understanding and give you different perspectives. It's also a fun way to practice speaking and listening skills. Tip number 6. Don't be afraid to read aloud. This not only improves your pronunciation, but also helps you internalize the rhythm and flow of the language. Plus, it's a great way to practice speaking in a low-pressure environment. And finally, tip number 7. Mix it up with different types of reading materials. Don't limit yourself to books. Read articles, blogs, comic books, and even social media posts. The more diverse your reading materials, the more well-rounded your language skills will become. All right, folks, we've covered a lot today about the importance of reading for language learners. Let's quickly recap the main points. Reading is essential because it helps you immerse yourself in the language, improves your vocabulary and comprehension, and enhances your cultural understanding. Plus, it's an enjoyable way to practice and stay motivated. We also shared some surprising facts about reading, like how it can increase your lifespan, change your brain structure, and even boost your empathy. And we provided practical tips for incorporating reading into your learning routine, from using graded readers to joining book clubs. So, what are you waiting for? Grab a book, find a cozy spot, and start reading your way to better language skills. And remember, the key is to enjoy the process and make it a regular part of your day. If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe to English Story Podcast, like this video, and share it with your friends. And leave a comment below with your favorite book recommendations for language learners. We'd love to hear from you.